How's it going, guys? Cody, guys, back again, dropping out another video. Right, guys, this is my local police force, the corrupt Greater Manchester Police. The headline reads, "Here are some of the disgraceful reasons that Greater Manchester police officers have been sacked and disciplined this year. Officers and staff have been hauled in front of policing bosses for misconduct hearings and meetings 13 times so far in 2018. A constable who arranged to buy cocaine, a PC who tried to start a relationship with a vulnerable woman, and a worker who disclosed confidential police data are among staff sacked by Greater Manchester Police so far this year. Officers and staff have been hauled in front of policing bosses for misconduct hearings and meetings 13 times so far this year. Among them was former PC Kerry Reeve, who was found to have committed gross misconduct after a special case hearing chaired by Chief Constable Ian Hopkins at Greater Manchester Police's headquarters. Tactical Aid Unit Officer Reeve was having an affair with fellow PC Adam Jackson. A court heard they both previously bought cocaine on almost a weekly basis. Jackson, 36, bought the drug off friend Daniel Wade, who in turn scored it from street dealers, including Callum Wood and John Pounder, both of whom appeared in court alongside them at Manchester Crown Court and were also jailed. Jackson, who was jailed for 18 months and was barred from ever working in policing again after a special case hearing earlier this year, he admitted encouraging, assisting in the commission of supplying Class A drugs and 2 charges of possession of Class A drugs. Reeve, who did not attend the hearing on Wednesday, resigned from the force after admitting 2 counts of encouraging the commission of criminal offences to take place and jailed for 31 weeks. But new misconduct regulations allow chief constables to make a finding in the cases of former police officers and confirm whether or not they should be dismissed had they not resigned. Another special case hearing heard how Special Constable Rafiq Morris sent threatening text messages to his ex-girlfriend's current partner. Morris was dismissed after it found his behaviour amounted to gross misconduct. Both Reeve and Morris have been placed in the National College of Policing barred list, prohibiting from them working in any sort of law enforcement agency in the future. Speaking after the hearings, Mr Hopkins said, "Officers must be held to account for their actions. I would like to praise the work of Greater Manchester Police's anti-corruption unit in identifying the behaviour of Kerry Reeve and bringing her to justice," he said. The work is important, protecting the force from corruption. You're having a laugh, aren't you? And the serious implications of that for public confidence. Police officers and staff working for Greater Manchester Police have been sacked for a variety of reasons so far this year. Those that were not were given the most serious treatment and were instead handed written warnings. One officer was fired after accepting a police caution for possession of cocaine, having initially lied about the drugs being his, according to Greater Manchester Police's public records. A sergeant was given a final warning and accepted a criminal caution for importing steroids through the post for his own personal use. Other misconduct hearings came after concerns were raised about policing matters. A PC was dismissed from the force after trying to form an inappropriate relationship with a vulnerable woman. She reported his conduct to the force, and it was later discovered that the officer had conducted checks on Greater Manchester Police's systems, probably the Police National Computer, to find out details about the woman. In a separate case, a constable failed to record a crime report and take action when a victim reported that they had been assaulted. They were given a written warning. Later in the year, a PC was dismissed when they disclosed details of a covert Department of Work and Pensions operation and the vehicle being used to a third party. Officers not the only ones to be hauled before bosses regarding their conduct. One police staff member was sacked when they accessed and disclosed GMP confidential data without a legitimate policing purpose, whilst another member of Greater Manchester Police staff had to sit through a gross misconduct hearing and was handed a summary dismissal after accessing and disclosing Greater Manchester data for non-policing purposes. 2 detectives were subject to a misconduct meeting this year. This followed allegations they had failed to seize a phone from suspects being questioned about child porn images. So that surprise. Police protecting paedophiles. The establishment are pedos after all, guys. Right? It was claimed that the detective sergeant had failed to identify all the relevant issues to the department examining the suspect's computer, which could have been examined as a higher priority. However, misconduct was not proven as the chair decided it was rather a performance matter. Mr Hopkins added, "Although it is incredibly disappointing as Chief Constable to sit there and hear about this unacceptable behaviour of 3 people who work for your force, it is right and these special case hearings take place and people who work for the police are held to account for their actions." The police are corrupt, guys. In other news, the sky is blue. Like, comment, subscribe. Cordial.